In this video, we're going to look at how we can multiply terms involving algebra or multiplying algebraic terms. Okay, it's a few steps that we just need to consider. Okay, the first thing that we do is that we multiply the numbers first. Okay, we multiply the pronumerals next, and finally we write the pronumerals in alphabetical order. Okay, so you might want to note these down. Let's have a look at some examples. Okay. Example A. We're going to simplify each of these expressions. 2a times 3b. Okay, first of all, let's multiply the numbers. So 2 times 3, okay, is equal to 6. Now, when you're multiplying pronumerals, if the pronumerals are not like pronumerals or like terms, if they're just different symbols, so for example, a and b being multiplied together, we just write it as ab. Okay, there's not much else we can do. So the final answer for a, the fully simplified expression, is 6ab. Okay, for part B, 3x times negative 5y. Now again, it's exactly the same step or the same idea behind part B as it is behind part A. Okay, we multiply the numbers first. Okay, the bracket doesn't mean anything apart from that we're dealing with a negative number here. It's not minus 5. It's a negative number, a negative 5, negative 5y. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. X times y, well again, they're not like terms, so we just write it as xy. So for part C, okay, again, same thing, 2 times 3 is 6. Now notice that we have an x times y. I might just write this out in full first so you can see what's going on here. Okay. So we have two terms that are like terms, and when you're multiplying two pronumerals that are like terms, okay, we add the indices together. In fact, we turn this into a squared because it's x times x. Okay. So we'd write it as 6 x squared because we have an x times x and then y. Let's have a look at some more examples. Okay, so part D, okay, we have 3a squared times 4a times 5. First thing we do, okay, we multiply the numbers together. So 3 times 4 is 12, 12 times 5 is 60. Okay, and we have a squared times a. Okay, so 60 times a squared times a. Okay, a squared times a. So we have an a squared is just a times a. Okay, and then we're multiplying it by a. So I'll just show you what that means. Okay, a squared is just a times a, but then we're multiplying another a on the end there. So we have three of these a's being multiplied together. That's just 60a cubed, right, to the power of 3 because we have three a's being multiplied. Part E, negative c squared d cubed times negative 3cd squared. Okay, bit mass. Let's expand the bracket first. Okay, so that's negative c squared d cubed times negative 3cd, sorry, I'll just correct that, negative 3cd times negative 3cd. Okay, negative 3cd squared just means it's whatever's in the bracket is being multiplied to itself. Okay, so negative 3cd times negative 3cd. Okay. Right. Now let's multiply the numbers together. So we have negative 3 times negative 3. Okay. Now we notice we have a negative here. Okay. That actually is a negative 1. Okay. So let's multiply all those together. Negative 1 times negative 3. Negative times a negative gives you a positive. So that's positive 3. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Okay. You can of course do that on your calculator and it'll give you the correct answer there, assuming you've entered in everything correctly, of course. Then you have a c squared, okay, times c. So now we're kind of like we're collecting the like terms now, in a way. C squared times c times c. There's 4 of those c's, but because we're multiplying them, we write it as c to the 4. Then we have d cubed times d times d. So there's 3 of those d's already. We're multiplying another d, and then we're multiplying another d. That's an extra 2 d's. So that's going to be d to the power of 5. Okay. And finally, for part F, find an algebraic expression for the area of the following triangle. Okay, area of the triangle, right, is equal to half base times the height. Okay, so that's equal to half times the base, which is 5x, times the height, which is 2x. we can multiply the numbers together. So half times 5 times 2. Okay, you can do that in your calculator if you like, and you're going to get 5. And then we have x times x, which is x squared. Okay, and whatever units we're using, so if we're using centimeters, it'll be centimeters squared.